Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Addiction with Recovery Red. Our topic today is going to be gratitude. Thanksgiving is upon us. When I post this, it will be Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody, or happy Turkey Day, however you display that. I want to talk about gratitude. Obviously, the holidays are a hard time for some people. All your reasons on why you are pushing forward in recovery. Why do you continue to practice recovery every day, even during the holidays? Because keeping your promises to those ones you love or yourself, remember that this process isn't always easy. There's going to be times of sadness. There's going to be times where habits you're trying to form are going to feel like chores. That's natural. That's okay. For those of you in active addiction, I want to always say this: we are here waiting for you. We love you. You can do this. And the grass is greener on the other side. I know that's a cliche to people, but it is. Life is just thriving. And when you're ready, we're here. Um, it's easy to focus on the bad, right? Uh, it's not always the easy route. You can get caught up in negative thoughts. In your addiction, you put so much work and effort into your addiction. Just take an ounce of that and put it into your recovery and grow as you go. I know for me, it starts small and you got to build up. It doesn't happen overnight, just like Rome wasn't built overnight. It does take work, and the therapy and gratitude can help with this. But one of the first ones to try gratitude is affirmations and gratitude meditation, even. Um, you don't always know everything. I know I don't, at least. And something I learned is without grief, you really don't have gratitude. At the rehab I was just at recently, he had a couple of people. I was one of them, actually, that volunteered. He had us write three things we're grateful for. Now, there's always a reason when somebody does something, right? The three things I put were people that care, a sound mind, because the fog's cleared, and I put recovery. Now, the first two, he couldn't really tear apart. The whole purpose of this was for him to tear apart and have us truly look at the meaning of gratitude. Um, the third one, recovery, he kind of tore apart because, and his name was Chris, great guy. Uh, he truly cared about people's recovery. He was in recovery. He's been through a lot. Uh, he went from a six-figure job to less because he wanted to help people in recovery, and he's good at it. He has a different perspective that's eye-opening. And he asked me, what about recovery are you grateful for? I mean, at the end of the day, recovery is what I make it. So when I say I'm grateful for a sound mind, that's really my recovery because I have a sound mind and I have goals. And those goals are met because of my sound mind, which keep me in recovery. Um, Gratitude is defined as the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Uh, feel thankful for good things in life. It helps people to become more optimistic and have more control of their lives and be less stressed. I know I'm high anxiety, mild depression. I'm still learning things, like I said. Uh, I am grateful for people that care. I am grateful for a sound mind. There are people out there that actually do care and they want to see us thrive. They want to see us have a better life. And by no means is anybody perfect on this earth. Um, I'm learning uh, one of the strengths that I have, and you learn strengths if you actually take the time to see them. Uh, I I like to show care. because that's something that I like to see come back. And so I try to exercise that. Now, 10 different ways you can exercise gratitude. Keep a journal. I keep a journal. It's a prayer journal. It really helps me. Acknowledge the small things and celebrate every victory. Going to meetings, you'll notice that they celebrate victories. They celebrate sobriety, um, coins, key tags, acknowledgement. They ask you how you did it. It's really something that helps, and you got to celebrate those victories. Those victories are awesome, and that doesn't mean to make anybody in active addiction less. You're gonna celebrate those victories. You're gonna get to that point where you celebrate and you share what you have for the people that are actively in addiction when you get to recovery. Uh, some people do breathing exercises to focus. Uh, write letters to those ones that you appreciate. For instance, if you listen to the last episode, I have uh, relationship I'm trying to gain with my daughter. I write her letters every week. It's becoming more and more. I wrote 2 letters recently. I'm writing in 2 letters this week. Something I want to show her how much I love her, how much I'm grateful for her, and how much I want to be a part of her life. And I am taking the small steps. Everything doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. We've done so much. Just think about how much we've let addiction take over and control everything we do. It's not absurd that it's going to take even more work to come back from that. But you got to want it. You have to want it. You have to take the steps. Some people fake it till they make it. Some people want it right away. There's different levels of that. And gratitude, you're going to be grateful for the things you have because you know where you came from. And don't forget where you came from either, because I know the pain is there. You've been through so much and you've put yourself through so much. Loved ones, or family members, you've put them through so much that you can't forgive yourself, or you're having a hard time. Um, you have to learn, and I'm saying that to myself too. I haven't forgiven myself for some things. It's not easy. I know. I get it. I'm there. I understand. Uh, it takes time. It takes work, and if you put the work in, it's going to show tenfold. Um, there are tons of gratitude meditations out there that you can listen to. I find those very empowering. I write 3 positive things about myself every day. If you listen to the last episode, I brought it up. A lady named Julie at Sacred Heart that I went to. 3 positive things she had me write about myself every day. I put it at her door. How empowering and how grateful I was for that. And I am for that. I still do it to this day. I don't have her door to put it underneath, but I have a journal and I keep track of those things. You can place visual reminders. I know when I was recently in jail, I had something in front of myself. 2 things that I had in front of myself at all times when I woke up. One was I wrote, "Be the best version of yourself that you can be today." Something I remember hearing Rob Dyrdek, actually, he said that he does a kind of like a point system in every aspect of his life. He's journaled every day doing that. I think that's awesome. I think that's a great thing. And what I took from that is to try to be the best version I can be that day, knowing that not everything's going to happen right away. But I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for a sober life. I'm grateful that I can see things. I'm grateful that I can learn things. I take walks, and I think that that's a good thing. Just take a walk, enjoy the weather, enjoy. Remember when you're in your addiction, you're thinking about nothing but your next drink, your next fix, your next whatever that is, and you're focused. You don't see anything around you. You don't take a second to smell the roses, as they say. taking a walk, enjoy, look up at the sky, enjoy. I love to see stars. That's one of my things. I love stars at night. I think it's just a great sight. I've even laid on my back and looked up at stars before. It's awesome. Sober, enjoying, soaking every bit of everything in. Now, mind you, it's a little cold where I'm at in Michigan. I'm not able to do it as much right now, but when it's warmer, I definitely enjoy it. You got to make sure you practice self-care. That is a huge thing. And I say that to say, I realize that you have there's people out there with mental instabilities. You have, anxiety and depression is one of my things. I seek help, self-care. I keep up with that self-care too because it makes a difference. I know I only have so long on this planet, so I'm making the best of everything I have, right? All the time I have. I want to be aware of my surroundings. And I wasn't in my addiction. Um, the life has a meaning, and you'll find it as long as you keep trying and moving forward. When people exercise gratitude, they appreciate what they receive, regardless of whether it's tangible or intangible. By being grateful, people acknowledge the goodness in their lives. At some point, people recognize that the source of their goodness lies, at least partially, outside of themselves. But gratitude isn't frivolous or naive. It's a coping mechanism. Gratitude will not instantly return you to joy, nor will it erase the difficult times. It would be naive to suggest that you focus on the rainbow when the storm can't be avoided. I've read about psychology research. They find a solid and consistent connection between gratitude and happiness. People who are grateful experience more positive emotions, enjoy good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. In our addiction, we've tore down a lot of relationships. We have a lot of work to do ahead of us. And for some, they've already made some of those amends. For some, they haven't even started. For some, they're in the middle of it right now. Me personally, I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the midst of that. I want those. I want those stronger relationships. I want to get back what I can. I understand that some things I can't get back, but I'm grateful for the fact that I'm sober another day and I have that sound mind that I can make the effort and I can do the steps today to work towards a better tomorrow. And I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I want it. Don't get me wrong. Gratitude is not likely going to come naturally in a time of crisis. Gratitude is easy when things are going well, but no one is grateful for instance, losing a job or a home or health. There are times when gratitude it doesn't prompt or provide a lesson to be learned. Like I said earlier, they feel like a chore, and I just know that that's okay. That's a normal emotion. I did gratitude for the holiday because holiday brings high expectations for like a cozy, festive atmosphere. Nonetheless, this time of year can be tangled with sadness, anxiety, depression for many people. Of course, professional help is needed for people suffering from severe depression, anxiety disorders. That's okay. That's normal. Um, Remember all the reasons why you continue to push forward. Remember why you want it. Why do you continue to practice recovery every day? Why do you continue to keep your promises to those who you love and to yourself? Why did you start the recovery process? Whether you're at the beginning of the journey or halfway through, it's never ending. Keep going. You are doing great, and positive things will come from it. Good feelings, happiness are going to come from gratitude. Like I said, without grief, there isn't gratitude. There are people out there that have everything they want, but they're not happy. I watched a video, Oprah, she had a huge thing about gratitude. There's some of the people in the world they have nothing, but they're the happiest because they're grateful for their family. They're grateful for one plate of food a day. And here we are tearing each other down. I have certain people in my life, there are certain people that have been in my life that I'm trying to work out things with, and people that I care about, that I know I've put through hard times. They're holding on to that hate. And maybe it sounds crazy, but I'm grateful for those people, because every time that reminds me what I put people through, and I don't mean that, and I want to experience what I put them through, and I'm all happy about that. What I'm saying is, I'm grateful that they remind me of what I put them through, and the fact of I never want to go back to that. I never want to put them through that again. In their time, they will work through what they need to work through, and I hope that I can be a help in any way, shape, or form to help them get through that. I'm focused on recovery. I'm focused on staying clean. I'm focused on never putting them back into that, or myself. And I can only continue to do what I want to do to show that I'm grateful for today, that I'm grateful for that sound mind. I'm grateful that I can make the choice and make the right choice. I had one of my biggest things, a bad habit, was lying. Horrible habit. And it consumed me, and it transferred over to recovery. I did it so much that I was used to it. And I can't tell you how much that just sucked. It hurt at the core. And the process of getting better at it, just not easy. You have to be very humble and call yourself out. I'm telling you from experience. And you have to surround yourself with people that understand that, because some people are going to tear you down on that. I've unfortunately experienced that as well. People that are so used to when I was lying that they don't want to believe that I'm being honest. I just experienced that recently was something. And, I have a new job that I have a life insurance policy, and I want to put my daughter as the person that receives my benefits. For her own reasons, my ex-wife doesn't think that I need certain information to make that happen. And unfortunately, I do, but she's used to the Jason that lied about everything. And I have to understand that and go about dealing with it with that understanding that that is her truth. She thinks that if I get any sort of information, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that to my advantage in a bad way, even if it's not true. But I'm grateful for those reminders of what I'm working at, the goal I'm working towards, and realizing that it's going to take work. I have to put in the work to get the results. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So if you're going through that, I understand. I get it. I really do. We're trying to do good, but people, you got to remember there's always two sides to every story. I know some people say there's three sides: your side, my side, the truth. But I am a firm believer in you're a part of the solution or you're a part of the problem. So for me to be a part of that solution, I got to continue to work. It's going to take time. It takes time for people to heal. It takes time for yourself to heal. It's not going to just happen. It's not going to be all a snap of fingers. I'm in recovery, so everything I'm doing is great. You guys just have to realize that it's not like that. It's not that at all. They have to see it. Words are cheap. Actions hold every bit of the power in this case. And that takes time, the repetition. And you have to learn to be grateful for that, in my opinion, at least. I can't tell anybody what to do. I can just tell you what I've experienced, what I've been through. And like I said in my other episode, I've taken steps this time that I didn't take the other couple of times that I've been in recovery. I went to a rehab, and the way it worked out was I picked a different rehab, and it got certain things prevented me from going to that rehab, and my rehab choice got pushed to a certain place. I truly believe I was meant to go there. What an experience I had! It was life changing, and from there to another program, an outpatient program that is absolutely amazing, and I'm taking steps to better my life, and I understand that it's a process, and I'm so thankful for this process. I'm so thankful for life. I'm so thankful for the people that have been through what I'm going through, and they understand. I am not always enjoying every bit of this process, but I'm understanding of the process, and I know what my ultimate goal of recovery is. I had somebody even tell me, so we use the term clean date. Well, that is showing, I had somebody explain it to me, that shows that everything before clean means you're just calling yourself dirty, but that's been a part of your path. I've this is my path has led me to who I am today. And there's no way to change that. There's no way to go back and rewrite history. It is what I've been through to make me who I am today. And I am loving myself today and who I am out to be. What am I out to do? Uh, the message I'm trying to convey to others. And I have to practice what I preach. And I firmly believe that I do. I don't do anything different than what I'm saying. A part of the solution, part of the problem. Today, I am a part of the solution. I'm in recovery. I want recovery. And I'm grateful for every bit of the good and the bad, because it is making me work towards that ultimate goal of peace. It's not easy. It's hard, period. It is. It's absolutely difficult. And these times of holidays, I grew up going to family get-togethers. Christmas or Thanksgiving was always at my mom's, it seemed like, or another aunt and uncle. I always loved the holidays. We had a pretty, just a big get-together. And then Christmas Eve was always at my uncle's house. That was always a great time. I would see my two cousins, that one's a few years older than me. I always looked up to him. Solid dude. One's younger than me by a year or two. Also a solid dude. I was always the black sheep, even before my addiction, unfortunately. I had bad character traits, and the addiction just exploited those bad, horrible characteristics. I wasn't a good person. I had the heart, but my actions were just completely sideways. I grew up thinking I'm a grown ass man. I wasn't. I was a little kid, and my mind was even smaller. Um, I am still working, and I'm going to keep saying it. It's a process, but I'm grateful for that process because I'm seeing and becoming a loving, caring person that I have a story, and I'm willing to share that story, and I want to share that story as much as possible to everybody that wants to listen. And my goal of doing this podcast is to just reach one person at least. And if I reach one, I'm doing what I'm set out to do, what I'm setting out to do. And I think that whatever you love in life, whatever your passions are, you should pursue them. I've come to find out that I enjoy poetry, like I said. And in my last episode, I brought it up. And I'm going to be reading a couple of my pieces of poetry every episode. And, I just want to share because it's something I'm passionate about. It's something I enjoy doing. It brings peace to me. It lets me um, express my feelings in certain times and events in my life and my feelings about things. And I'm thankful because in recovery, I can do that. In my addiction, it was a dark place. You isolate, you don't want people to know things. You got secrets, you got lies, and you got to keep up with it all. And it's just tiring. You hear people say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Well, I was. And when people meet the sober me that never knew the old me in addiction, I'd like to think people like who they meet, um, and I want to continue to be that person that people like who they meet, and I want to be happy with who I am, and I I'm learning more about gratitude as I go. And this holiday, Thanksgiving, gratitude, thankful, be thankful for what you have. You don't have to have everything in the world to be thankful. You don't have to have everything on your list. You can do one thing at a time. You can be happy with just the effort alone. The people you have around you, be thankful for what you have today and work towards that better tomorrow. Keep going. Don't stop. There's no reason that you should go back to the addiction. People are dying. People will not make it back. I hate to put statistics on it because then that shows that there is a statistic, but people are dying. Out of a rehab I went to, 15 people. I was number 16. I've been to 13 funerals, or 10 of those funerals, and 3 I just knew about. But 13 funerals I know about completely. Everybody's gone. I don't want to see more people die, even people I've never met. I want us all to celebrate recovery. Moving forward, something I've learned is a simple thank you for work well done can be a great motivator. Taking the time to reflect each day on things you're grateful for. Um, I personally have, I have dental issues that I have to deal with, and I'm actually grateful to be in recovery as far as being able to deal with these things. I'm very self-conscious about my smile. I have serious problems that I caused. And I have a job, I have a roof over my head, I have food, I have the things I need. And moving forward, I can work towards that goal. I'm grateful for that. And again, I know it's not always easy. You can sit there and probably have 10 things negative that can go to one thing positive. It's all in how you perceive things. I don't know if anybody ever seen that movie, Silver Lining. Great movie. Um, Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, I think it is. Uh, I think there's always something positive. I like to see the good in people. I like to see the good in people's actions. And I like to even try to see the good in negative things. I try. Doesn't mean it's always easy or it's always prevalent, but I try. I want to see that good. I want to know that there's still good in this world. I want to know that I can do this. I want to know that there's a better life ahead. And, I'm not sitting here on this podcast saying, I've got everything together. I've got everything good. Everything's fixed. I'm still working. This podcast isn't just for others, it's for myself too. We're in this together. And I just want people to know they're not alone. I want to know I'm not alone. And I have people in my life that make that possible. And I want to spread that. I want to share that. Uh, we can be grateful for each other. We can help each other through these hard times. We can help each other get out of addiction and stay in recovery. We can help each other be positive and continue in recovery. We can help others from the outside looking in know what we're going through. And when we're wrong, promptly admit it. When people can see actions that we're taking to being a better person and to make amends, it doesn't always work. But you're making the effort to make your life better. And that will show. Actions show. I know they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but an action is worth a lifetime. Action after action after action, a lifetime. I know that the holidays are a hard time for people, and I can only pray that you're not alone and that recovery's worth it. You have to teach yourself good habits for all the bad habits that you had during your addiction. You have to retrain your brain. You go through times. Pause. Post-acute withdrawal syndrome is going to be something you experience if you haven't already. I experienced it. It's not easy. You go through some emotional roller coasters, and I'm sure I have many more ahead of me, but I'm preparing myself. I'm ready because I choose life. I am grateful for my life. If I go back to addiction, I won't have one. So yeah, I have my issues. I have my daughter not wanting to speak to me. I have a sister that doesn't speak to me. I have family members that don't speak to me. Maybe if people put the label black sheep, maybe I am the black sheep of the family. But today I know who I am. I'm happy who I am. I'm proud of what I'm doing. And I want you to know I'm proud of what you're doing. You are worth recovery. You don't have to stay in addiction. You isolate and you are just chipping away at your life. You don't have to stop. You don't have to do that. You can stop being an addiction. You can be in recovery. And when you're ready, we're here. Ready, open arms. Things are going to take time, and they're just not going to be easy. I know I can't save the world, but I hope I get through to one person in this world. I hope somebody takes just one little bit from what I have to say. I have a lot of learning to do still, and like I said, this podcasts are for me too. I'm learning more things, and I love it. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy for recovery. I'm happy to share. I'm happy to gain. And I'm grateful for all of you that are listening. I'm grateful that you took the time out of your day. And I'm grateful to be alive. I'll have another episode coming up on Sunday. I haven't fully decided what topic I'm going to do yet. If you have anything you want to hear about, you can email me at recoveryredpodcast@gmail.com. You can put notes on this podcast. If I'm not mistaken, you can send messages to the podcast. But I'm open to topics. If you have a certain topic that you want to listen, you want to hear about, let's take this journey together. I'm here to help. I promise. If you want to just email just to talk, I am more than happy and willing to have conversation with you. Help you with anything I can help you with, I will. I promise you. This fight against addiction is not easy, and there's strength in numbers. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive. You know, I have one person in my life that she's always been there. And even with hard times, my dad passed away when I was young. My mother, she took over. She did everything. 4 years of high school basketball, she missed 2 basketball games for work purposes. And she has her own things that she deals with, and she's still there for me. She's still my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. And she's one of my best friends. I'm thankful for my mother. I can't do everything, but I can most certainly be happy for today and thankful for the people around me. And I just hope and pray that you continue recovery. You want recovery. If you're in addiction, you get out of addiction and get into recovery. If you're on the outside looking in, just remember there's 2 sides to every story. Addiction was on the forefront, and it ran everything in somebody's life while they were in addiction. There's 5 words that an addict always says at some point. I wish I were dead are those 5 words. They're hard. People can contemplate suicide. I wasn't one of those people. I'm sure I said those words, but I didn't mean it. But just because I wasn't one of the people that contemplated suicide doesn't mean it's not out there. It's not always easy for everybody. Everybody has their own demons. You have to work through those things to find that peace. I met a guy while I was in rehab. His name's Charlie. He really changed my perspective in an absolutely great way. He helped me work through the first couple of steps and 12 steps. And he has peace in his eyes. I want that peace. And my hope and I pray that you find that peace. And until then, let's keep going. Let's keep driving and moving forward. Better days to come, but be grateful for today. Again, any questions, comments, concerns, please email me, recoveryred@gmail.com. This has been the second episode of Addiction with Recovery Red. I will be posting another episode on Sunday. Again, if you have any ideas for topics you want to hear about, otherwise I'll pick one of them. There's tons to go. And I have a list of many different topics that I want to eventually talk about. And even if I only have 1-2 listeners, I hope that it continues to grow so we can reach more and more people. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I hope you have or had a great Thanksgiving. And just remember, you're not alone. You're worth it. And you can do this. Until next time, this is Recovery Red signing off. Stay clean, America.